I'm Vaishnav. Topic is the database management architecture. A database management system is essentially nothing more than a computerized data keeping system. Users of the system are given faculties to perform several kind of operation on such system for either manipulating of the data in the database or the management of the data structure itself. The Dbms architecture. The Dbms design depends upon its architecture. The basis client or server architecture is used to deal with a large number of PCs, web servers, database servers, and other components that were connected with the networks. The client or server architecture consists many of PCs of the workstation, which are the connected via network. Dbms architecture depends upon how users are connected to the database get their request done. There are three types of architecture: one tier, two tier, and three tier. First, the one tier. In this architecture, the database is directly available on the user. It means the user can directly sit on the DBMS and uses it. Any changes done here will directly be done on the database itself. It does not provide a handy tool end users. The one-tier architecture is used for development of the local applications where programmers can directly communicate with the database for the quick response. The two-tier architecture. The two-tier architecture is same as basic client server. In the two-tier architecture, applications on the client end can directly communicate with the database at the server side. For the interaction, APIs like ODBC, JDBC are used. The user's interfaces and application programs are run on the client side. The server side is responsible to provide the functionalities like query processing and transaction management. To communicate with the Dbms client side application, establish a connection with the server side. And the last type is three-tier architecture. The three-tier architecture contains another layer between the client and server. In this architecture, client cannot directly communicate with the server, and the application of the client and interacts with an application server which further communication with the database system. And the user has no idea about the extensions of the database beyond the application server. The database also has no idea about any other user beyond the application. The three-tier architecture is used in the case of large web applications. And as the topic is the database schema. A database schema is the skeleton structure that represents the logical view of the entire database. It defines how the data is organized and how the relations among them are associated. It formulates all the contents that are applied on the data. It defines tables, views, and literally constraints. There are the three schema architecture. The three schema architecture is also called an Spark architecture on the three-level architectures. The framework was used to describe the structure of the specific database system. The three schema architecture is also used to separate the user application and physical database. The three schema architecture contains three levels. It breaks the database down into three different categories. The first level is internal level schema. The internal level has internal schema which describes the physical storage structure of the database. The internal schema is also known as the physical schema. It uses the physical data model. It is used to define how the data will be stored in a block. The physical level is used to describe the complex low-level data structure in the detail. The second level is conceptual level. The conceptual schema describes the design of a database of the conceptual level. Conceptual level is also known as the logical level. The conceptual schema describes the structure of the whole database. The conceptual level describes that data are be stored in this database and also describes what relationship exists among those data. In the conceptual schema, internal details such as implementation of the data structure are hidden. Programmers and database administrators work at this level. And the last and the third level is external level. At this external level, a database contains several schemas that sometimes called subschema. The subschema is used to describe the different view of the database. An external schema is also known as view schema. Each view schema describes the database part of the particular users group of the interest and hides the remaining database from that users group. The view schema describes that end user interact with the database systems. Thank you.